السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أهلا وسهلا بكم مرة أخرى طلابنا الأعزاء، طلاب الصف الثالث الإعدادي، مادة اللغة الإنجليزية. معكم دكتور إبراهيم حمدي من منصة البث المباشر لمحافظة الإسكندرية، Live Broadcast Platform Learn with Us. وإن شاء الله today we are going to continue our syllabus for this term, and we start unit 8. Last week we finished unit 7 and we had a look at its main vocab, its main text, its main listening part, and its main language point, where we ended our discussion last week with a writing exercise. Today, inshallah, برضو we will tackle similar topics in unit 8 اللي هي عنوانها protecting our planet. لو ناخد بالنا ال connecting theme للunits this term كلها tackle our environment و how to protect it و how to save our planet from the threats اللي هي المخاطر أو التهديدات that it faces nowadays. وأظن يعني إن this is يعني بقى ال most important issue أو القضية الأساسية اللي احنا we should all care about. إن فعلا our planet, the earth, is facing many environmental threats these days. Where if we don't feel aware of the threats, if we don't move as quickly as we can to save this planet from the dangers it faces, أظن إن الconsequences أو النتائج اللي احنا هنواجهها will be serious and dangerous to all of us. طيب احنا protecting our planet زي ما قلنا this is the title of our unit. برضو زي ما تعودنا every time ان احنا before we start our session بنحب برضو to cast light، نلقي كده الضوء على ال points that we are going to cover throughout our discussion. In this session, we will cover some important points. Number one, we will start by identifying and using some new vocabulary about our world and its natural habitats. Where last time we understood what a habitat was. On a habitat اللي هو ال place where an animal, where a plant lives. طيب, the second point برضو we are going to discuss some environmental problems ونحاول برضو together to think of solutions to these problems. طيب, a third point that we are going to tackle is reading an article and answering questions about climate change. وأظن إن this is يعني the most crucial issue these days, the climate change. كلنا يعني it has become something tangible or felt and seen by all of us. لدرجة إن إحنا we don't know whether the climate is wintry one or the climate is relevant to the summer. يعني بنلاحظ كده a lot of changes that have happened to our climate. وأكيد reason for these changes هو ال amount of pollution that is sent throughout the air or that is dumped in the water. This is a problem that we should all think about. Number 4, but we are going to answer some multiple choice questions on the new vocabulary where we will practice this is related to the language. We will practice the first conditional, if in the first conditional, to talk about future probable situations. And as usual, we will end up our discussion with writing a composition task. برضو we are going to start our writing exercise about how to help the environment and reduce or decrease the climate change. Right. Okay. The first task that we are going to do together, I think this time يعني, I am starting in a different way and then I'm trying to shed you some light on the important vocabulary إن احنا we will see it too much throughout our session today. We would like to understand the meanings of these words وكمان to learn how to say them correctly. The first word is air pollution. Air pollution. Okay? Air pollution is the damage caused to the air by the emission of carbon dioxide. Where air pollution يعني is caused by the the emission of carbon dioxide from the factories, from cars, from many other things, from the forest fires. We have many things that cause air pollution nowadays. Okay, air pollution. Right. Number 2, landfill site. I think this is a very new word for you. Landfill site. Landfill site is a place where people put or leave the rubbish on the land. Okay, this is the landfill site. The landfill site is the place where people dump their rubbish, put their rubbish. Right. Number 3, melting ice. Okay, melting ice. Melting ice, most of you have heard about this problem, where there are many films that have been made on this problem. The problem of melting ice in the Arctic, اللي هو القطب الشمالي, or the Antarctic, because of global warming, because of the rise of temperature throughout the Earth. Okay, melting ice. The fourth word is deforestation. And we all know the word forest. A forest of trees is like a wood, a group of trees. To deforest means to cut down the trees. Deforestation means cutting down the trees. And it has become a big problem, cutting down the trees, because we all need trees and millions of trees are cut down every day due to the continuous need for wood. The fifth word is warmer seas. Warmer seas. A warm sea, or the sea becomes warm because of pollution, water pollution. And this leads to killing coral reefs, okay, and killing fish and other life forms in the sea. Okay, then we have melt. Melt. If the ice melts, it becomes liquid, okay? And then we have fossil fuels. These are the biggest sources of pollution on Earth. Fossil fuels means non-renewable forms of energy, like the petrol, uh, gas, uh, kerosene, all other forms of energy that we use these days. And then we have solar energy. This is a clean source of energy. A solar energy is the clean energy that we get from the sun. Okay, solar energy. And then we have absorb. Absorb. Absorb means to take in a liquid or a gas. Trees absorb carbon dioxide. And then we have the word drought. Okay, drought. GH is silent. Drought. A drought means having no rain for a long time. And by the way, the antonym of drought, or the opposite word of drought, is flood. Okay, flood. A drought occurs when there is no rain. A flood occurs when there is a lot of rain. And then we have slow down. Slow down means decrease or make less or reduce. And then the last word is cartridge. Cartridge. Cartridge is the tank that we fill with ink in a printer. Okay, this is the cartridge. Here we have a number of important words, about 10 words, and these are very important words. Air pollution, landfill site, melting ice, deforestation, warmer seas, melt, fossil fuels, solar energy, absorb, drought, blow down, cartridge. Okay, let's move on to the next part and let's see these words when they are used in a text. Okay, oh, this is a reading part. We have an article about climate change. About climate change. We have 6 questions. I'm going to read you the questions first so that I can focus your attention on the points we need to uh, concentrate on as we read. And then we are going to read the text together, where I'll give you a few seconds to think of answers, where I will end up with showing you, displaying the answers. Okay? Type. Question number 1, why are forest fires increasing? Question number 2, how are trees helpful to our environment? Question number 3, what do you think will happen if climate change continues to get worse? Question number 4 is a multiple choice question. It says, the sun gives us dots energy: solar, lunar, hydroelectric, non-renewable. Question number 5, means to take in a liquid or gas: cut, get, produce, absorb. And question number 6, the antonym of drought is famine, fire, flood, draft. Okay? Type. As I told you, the article that we are going to read about is, the article that we are going to read is about climate change. Okay? Listen and follow. Our planet is getting hotter and our weather is changing. there are more floods, droughts, and forest fires than at any time in history. One of the reasons for this is climate change. Climate change is caused by greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide. These are made when we burn fossil fuels such as oil. Rubbish in landfill sites makes a greenhouse gas called methane. Deforestation also produces greenhouse gases. Trees absorb carbon dioxide from the air. When we cut down trees, the carbon dioxide stays in the air. If we keep burning fossil fuels, climate change will get worse. So we need to use cleaner renewable energy such as solar energy and wind power. We must start recycling more rubbish and stop putting rubbish in landfill sites. If we recycle more paper, we can avoid cutting down our forests. This will help slow down climate change. Okay, this is a very important text, and it gives you lots of information about what is betaking our earth, what dangers that our earth is is facing nowadays. Okay, نقراها مع بعض تاني. Listen carefully and read. Okay, our planet is getting hotter and our weather is changing. There are more floods, droughts, and forest fires than at any time in history. One of the reasons for this is climate change. Climate change is caused by greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide. These are made when we burn fossil fuels such as oil. Rubbish in landfill sites makes a greenhouse gas called methane. Deforestation also produces greenhouse gases. Trees absorb carbon dioxide from the air. When we cut down trees, the carbon dioxide stays in the air. If we keep burning fossil fuels, climate change will get worse. So we need to use cleaner renewable energy such as solar energy and wind power. We must start recycling more rubbish and stop putting rubbish in landfill sites. If we recycle more paper, we can avoid cutting down our forests. This will help slow down climate change. يعني احنا وصلنا in the end ان احنا we just need to slow down يعني not to stop climate change لان فعلا climate change is taking place بيحصل at a very frightening speed. يعني فعلا يعني this is something I know well. My PhD is in environmental يعني part of my PhD is in environmental studies. فعلا الموضوع خطير جدا موضوع climate change والthreats our earth is facing these days حاجة يعني really dangerous serious. طيب يبقى الارتكل زي ما انتم شايفين على فكرة it's يعني well organized. It has started with an introduction about the problems that have happened because of or due to the climate change, like the floods, droughts, and forest fires. Uh, and these are all reasons, or sorry, or one of the reasons for this is climate change. بعدين في السكند باراجراف اللي هو البادي بقى of article اتكلم عن ال causes of climate change. عطانا هنا three reasons I think, like the greenhouse gases come out of burning fossil fuels. قال لنا كمان one of the reasons of the for the climate change is the rubbish that is put in landfill sites. كمان deforestation اللي هو cutting down trees. احنا بدل ما يعني instead of planting more trees to absorb carbon dioxide احنا we يعني exacerbate the problems زي ما بيقولوا كده, make it worse by cutting down the trees. لأن التريز دي المفروض اللي هي اللي takes in the carbon dioxide to save our planets our planet sorry. وفي اللاست باراجراف حاول ان هو يوصل ل solutions. قال ان احنا we should use renewable forms of energy, we should recycle materials, وكمان قال ان احنا we should plant more trees. فالباراجراف is great, sorry the article is great. طيب تعالوا كده نشوف بقى الكويستشنز مع بعض. I think now and I have analyzed the text for you. It's يعني clear enough so that you can answer all its questions. Okay, take your time before I show you the answers. Ready? Okay. Question number one. It says, why are forest fires increasing? طبعا the answer is clear, because our planet is getting hotter and our weather is changing. Type. Number two, how are trees helpful to our environment? زي ما we have pointed out, trees دورها الأساسي they absorb carbon dioxide from the air. When we cut down the trees, the carbon dioxide stays in the air. It makes the climate warm. Question number three, this is a critical thinking question. Really, what do you think will happen if climate change continues to get worse? All life forms طبعا on Earth will be endangered. I think there will not be any kind of life on Earth. Climate change goes on at this fearful or frightening speed. يعني our lives are يعني in danger or in يعني will be destroyed sooner or later. فيعني we should take our measures to stop this catastrophe. الكارثة دي. طيب, number four, the sun gives us طبعا solar energy. Number five, means to take in a liquid or gas, absorb. Number six, the antonym of drought is, as I told you before, flood. Okay, I hope you have enjoyed this article and speech article, and it gives us lots of information about what is going on. on around us. Okay. The next task. This is an exercise, a multiple choice exercise on mainly on the vocab. Number one, it says air dots means damage caused to the air by chemicals and waste. Okay, we have four choices: pollution, balloon, wave, line. Number two, air dots site is a place where people leave rubbish on the land. Funfair, planetarium, landfill, landlord. Number three, dots ice means a problem in the Arctic and Antarctic because of global warming. Melting, floating, bringing, wasting. Number four, when all the trees in an area are cut down, means deforestation, globalization, flood, drought. Number five, dots seas means something that can kill coral reefs. Warmer, burner, ice, fly. Number six, a is a very large amount of water that covers an area. A drought, fire, flood, flood. Number seven, climate dots is a serious problem. Climate charge, climate chat, climate change, or climate share. Number eight, you must avoid dots mistakes. Make, makes, making, made. Number nine, the antonym of renewable is new, modern, non-renewable, renewal. And number 10, the prefix means use again. Re, il, dis. Okay, we have here 10 questions and try to think of an answer, of answers to them, and I'll give you just a few seconds to take down your notes and write down your answers. Okay. Okay. Show you the answers. Number one, air, of course, pollution. It means damage caused to the air by chemicals and waste. Air pollution. Number two, a landfill site. احنا في الأول we defined and said that it was the place where people leave their rubbish. Okay. Number three, ice. اتكلمنا عنها وقلنا إن في many films are made on this problem of melting ice in the North and South poles. طبعا melting ice ده occurs due to ايه؟ بيحصل بسبب ايه؟ برضه بسبب climate change and the global warming اللي هو continuous rise of temperature. Right. Number four, when all the trees are down, deforestation, cutting down the trees. Number five, warmer seas means something that can kill coral reefs. When the warmer seas or the seas become warmer because of what? Because of dumping wastes and polluting the water. Number six, A is a very large amount of water that covers an area. دي طبعا opposite of drought اللي هو الفلود. Number seven, climate. ده التوبيك الأساسي بتاعنا climate change, the change in the weather conditions. Number 8, you must avoid the verb avoid. طبعا I put this question in this exercise because yeah, just to prepare you, and this is part of our language points, verbs that are followed by to infinitive and the verbs that are followed by gerund or ing. And avoid is one of the verbs that is followed that are followed by gerund or verb ing. فالانسر هنا هتبقى you must avoid making mistakes. Making mistakes. Number 9, the antonym or the opposite of renewable is طبعا non-renewable. Where number 10, the prefix اللي هي the beginning يعني means use again اللي هي re. زي ما بنقول كده rewrite, rearrange يعني arrange again, write again, reuse, use again, renew. Okay, right. We move on to the next section, and this is very important. It's about the language points. The language points we have in this unit are divided into two parts. أول part عندنا is about the first conditional. هي if plus present simple and the second clause subject will or want plus infinitive. احنا يعني we studied this many times. The first conditional is used when we talk about future probable situations, yani things that we predict to happen in the future. If you study, you will succeed. This is the most famous example you know about this conditional, or this case. If you study, you will succeed. If you study the present simple clause, you will succeed. This is a future simple clause. And then I have with 3 examples. If you play well, you'll win. If it rains tomorrow, present, كله present simple. Infinitive يا إما infinitive بنضيف له S E S I E S. زي ما متعودين. This is a very يعني old lesson. If it rains tomorrow, I will stay at home. If he doesn't study hard, this is a negative example, he won't get high marks. Okay, this is the first conditional. يبقى again the first conditional اللي هي type 1 of if. It consists of if أو particle الأداة بتاعتنا والclause اللي هي if is in the present simple والsecond clause أو الجملة التانية تبقى future clause subject will infinitive. طب question برضه يعني that has come up to my mind. Can I use if in the middle? طبعا of course you can use if in the middle. You just يعني inverted the order. فبدل ما هنقول if you play well will win هنقول you will win if you play well. بدل ما هنقول if it rains tomorrow I will stay at home I will stay at home if it rains tomorrow. فيعني I can start with the if clause أو I can put if in the middle. طيب the second language part we have here إن زي ما قلت لكم في verb patterns verb types كده بيكون الverb some verbs are followed by to infinitive while other verbs are followed by gerund. We mean by gerund اللي هو adding ing to the verb. إضافة ing to the verb. طيب يعني if I say we need طبعا we need is followed by to infinitive. We need to use cleaner forms of energy. زي ما برضه بقول لك he wants. Can I say he wants to study or he wants to study? He wants to study. زي ما بقول برضه he has decided going ولا to go. He has decided to go. يبقى في a group of verbs in English that must be followed by to infinitive. طيب في another group بقى verbs is followed by ing اللي احنا we call gerund. You must avoid. You can't say avoid to touch. This is wrong. In the word avoid or the verb avoid is followed by ing. فهقول you must avoid touching dirty objects. زي برضه الverb finish. He finished to read, to reading ولا reading the story. طبعا he finished reading the story. زي برضه he practices أو practice. He practices doing ولا to do ولا do. طبعا he practices doing. يبقى في a group of verbs in English that are followed by to infinitive وفي another group of verbs that are followed by gerund or verb ing. Okay, now let's move on to the exercise on this part. Okay, try to think answers before I display you, before I show you the answers. Type. Complete the sentences with the correct form of the words in brackets. Number one, what will happen if he dots studied hard؟ احنا المفروض we correct the form of the verb. افتكروا احنا لسه قايلين ان if is followed by yes, present simple. Right, you are right. Right. Number two, if he comes late, he will or she will punishes him. No. أكيد دلوقتي انتوا بتفكروا لا انت قلت لنا will or want plus yeah, right, the infinitive. Number three, if they play well aren't crime جريمة. حاجة اسمها aren't play. لا طبعا احنا we don't change the verb in the present simple into negative by adding aren't. This is wrong جدا. تفتكروا كده how do we change a present simple verb into negative? طب they will lose. طب number four, if we loves each other, the world would be a better place. We loves. No, sir. You haven't said we S. No. S follows the he or she or it. تمام يبقى كده في something wrong. Type number five, if he helps her, she will get high marks. طب ما يصح she will get. But no, look at the end of the clause. Look at the end of the sentence. Question mark. Number six, we decided buying a new house. أنا قلت كده decided buying. Number seven, he enjoys to write. احنا عارفينها من middle one. Short stories. Number eight, she suggested to swim in the sea. I don't think so. Number nine, would you like? احنا قلنا first term would with like prefer must be followed by what? ينفع أقول would you like playing football? Think برضو. Number 10, he stopped to drink tea because it is bad for health. No. طيب I think now the answers are clear. برضو I will give you يعني a few seconds to think of answers where I'm going to show you the answers. Okay. Okay. Oh. What will happen if he correct studies زي ما قلت بالظبط. If he studies hard. Okay. طب number 2, if he comes late, she will طبعا after will the infinitive punish him. Number 3, if they don't play well. صح كده. يبقى negative forms of the present simple اللي هو don't or doesn't زي ما قلنا. Number 4, if we love each other. طبعا الانفينيتيف اللي هو مفيش أي إضافة لأي حاجة مع I, we, you, they. This is the present simple. If he helps her, will she? يبقى not she will she? Number 6, we decided. طبعا decided is followed by to infinitive. يبقى to buy. Number 7, he enjoys. Enjoys is followed by ing writing. Number 8, you suggested. طبعا ing swimming. Number 9, would you like? Infinitive to play. Number 10, he stopped. ing drinking. Okay. Right. Oh, this is a graph. Well, I think this is the first time I show you a graph. Look at the following graph, then discuss the questions. الجراف هنا زي ما انتم شايفين كده in the middle الفوكال بوينت بتاعته بيقول لنا الجلوبال جرين هاوس جاسز ويعطينا ال rates المعدلات بتاعت each gas الإفكت بتاعها يعني الإندستري produces 21% of the global greenhouse gases. Transport produces about 14% global greenhouse gases. Buildings produce 6% of the global greenhouse gases. Farming and deforestation مش الفارمينج ان احنا بنزرع الفارمينج اللي هو الماشينز ان احنا we use to farm lands produce 24%. Electricity and power amount of global greenhouse gases 25%. Where other energy forms طبعا 10%. طيب الquestions بقى اللي احنا we should discuss what makes the most greenhouse gases. طبعا it's clear عندنا من الجراف طبعا زود جدا greenhouse gases هي الكربون دايوكسيد والelectricity and power. طيب what makes the least greenhouse gases. least طبعا باين خالص من buildings يعني buildings do not produce many global greenhouse gases. طيب number 3, does farming and deforestation make more or less greenhouse gases than electricity and power. هو واضح ان the difference in the percentage is too little يعني they are almost the same زي ما احنا شايفين كده يعني 25% من 24% يعني it's not that difference يعني. And question number 4, is there anything we could avoid doing that would help the environment. طبعا انتوا تقدروا can think of hundreds of things that we can do to help our environment. يعني in my opinion ان احنا we need urgently بشكل ملح جدا to use cleaner forms of energy. احنا عندنا يعني our God has gifted us with many clean sources of energy, بس احنا we just need to use our minds to employ بقى these things in the correct way. يعني I think scientists يعني will people at the same time should do their best to think of how to get the sufficient amount of energy from the sun, the wind, the water. وبرضو we should stop cutting down trees. يعني المفروض ان احنا we should reduce نقلل شوية من our consumption of wood materials. ان فعلا cutting down trees من things اللي يعني accelerate بتسرع جدا ال damage أو destruction of our planet. طيب we end up now with a writing exercise. أظن دلوقتي we have a clear idea about the climate change that is occurring to our planet. وإحنا دلوقتي برضو عندنا clear idea about how to think of solutions to this problem, how to slow down يعني at least climate change اللي حاصل عندنا ده. paragraph about how to help the environment and reduce the climate change. يعني I give you your time to think of ideas and write down the paragraph. Thank you very much for your kind hearing. أنا عارف إن this was a long discussion, but I have really enjoyed having you for this hour. Where I wish that I wish that I had benefited you as much as I could. See you again as soon as possible. Dr. Ibrahim Hamdi was with you. Goodbye and see you as happy as ever. Goodbye.